Hello, hello. Welcome to the Ernest Faison Show. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year. I hope in this up-and-coming year that we're in that everyone has good health, happiness, prosperity, and most of all, peace. I have two women on this show that I think I've gained a lot of respect for. I have Miss Linda Loxley on and Miss Esther Price. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, you are the executive director for St. Martin de Porres. Is that right?
I was. I retired in 2018.
Okay. All right. We'll take that. And this is your sidekick here.
Yeah. I was a case manager for 20 years. I left in 2021.
Okay. So, Ms. Price, can you tell us a little bit about what you were saying about it being the only African-American establishment as far as helping older people? Can you just expound on that just a little bit?
Just a little bit, yes. Founded by Father Robinson. The first director was Ann Hill. And so I'm the fourth director, as a matter of fact. And we're located at 160 Cranston Street.
Yeah, that's important that people know that.
In Providence. And it's been just a wonderful ride. It was the best job that I've ever had.
Plus you're giving back and you're helping people.
Yes, we're giving back and we're helping people, because one of the things I realized is that what's the point in me taking that information to the grave? That's
right. You got to share it and pay it forward.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So that's why
I can really, really appreciate that. Now, Linda, I am going to let you, as I stated in the green room, accentuate three of the bullet points that you provided me with. Why don't you start by speaking about heating assistance program for the elderly, which is huge. Oh, by the way, it's wintertime.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a key topic that I wanted to bring up to this community.
Please.
The heating assistance is so essential right now, because it's not just for the elderly, but also the lower income families that are, these guidelines are the same for both populations.
Okay.
But especially the seniors, they don't consider resources, they just consider your monthly income. A single family household is $1,304. And two people in a household is $1,763 a month.
Could you say that again to people? Because some people don't even understand what that means.
Okay, so say your total income coming in is $1,304 or less. And even if you had some money in the bank, they don't consider that. They just go by your monthly income. And if you're paying for either your gas, your electric, or you're paying for some kind of heating source, you can apply for heating assistance with your local CAP agencies. If you do not know where your local CAP agency is, I would contact the point, which is 211, the phone number.
Right.
And they could get you the local CAP agency in your town, because this is national, and it's also statewide, and you can get an appointment to get the application processed.
Also, during COVID, correct me if I'm wrong, the United Way, they had that helpline 211. Is that correct?
Yes, that's been around for quite some time, even before COVID.
Yeah.
They do provide resources for not just seniors, also for the general population. And so if you have a little bit of waiting time, it's because the need and demand is so high right now in the state.
Right.
But they do have complete resources. I also advise people, the senior population, to contact their local senior center, because sometimes the senior centers are more knowledgeable about the local resources.
Okay.
And more up to date.
Right, right. You're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Faison Show. I'm still floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. I'm still so bad I make medicine sick. The host with the most. I got some wonderful ladies on here. They're talking about giving back to the elderly and all these different programs, because it is important that we accentuate these things. And when people get to be old, I think some of this stuff goes over their head. They're inundated with too much.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I'm honored and humbled to have both of you ladies on here, telling my general public on the sound of my voice all the things which come together and actually pay it forward. You had some thoughts.
Yes, I have some thoughts basically on fraud. People who feel as though they have been frauded can contact the Consumer Protection Agency. Now, that's at the Attorney General's office. And pretty much, I'll just give you a list of some of the frauds that are out here. We're talking about tax fraud, identity theft. Local senior centers can help, and SHIP people can help you with those issues. You can file a police report, which a lot of people do not know.
Can you say that again?
You can file a report with the police department if you feel as though you've been defrauded. Okay, and they will either source it out or let you know that they might have a division of their own.
Because we do know there are vultures out here that prey on the elderly.
Absolutely, and I was going to get to that, but I wanted to make sure that people know that they can alert the credit bureau, because all of that goes on your credit, and identitytheft.gov. If someone calls and says they're from the government and they want your Social Security number, don't ever give your Social Security number out to anybody. I wouldn't give it even to you. And but at the same time, you have ATM scams, romance scams, where people prey on older people who they know are lonely.
Who got too much time on their hands.
Exactly. They may have a husband or wife that's passed,
and they feel in some kind of way.
Of course, they're looking for someone to talk to, and these people are smooth talkers.
Probably looking for more than somebody to talk to, but this is the family show.
Exactly. Yes. And as far as tech support, they can tell you, your TV's not working, come and knock on your door, and they have to come in your home. You need to verify that with your carrier.
That's right.
And not take people's word
I think
for
it
that.
is a terrible thing when you are trying to take advantage of someone who's elderly, vulnerable, and who don't have a support system, and you do this. I mean, I think that you're going to be dealt really, really bad. You reap what you sow anyway, and what comes around
and
goes
what
around.
we ran across working at St. Martin de Porres is there were people saying, oh, I don't have money, what are they going to take? But your credit, you pay your bills. Your credit is valuable to them because they can open credit cards and loans with your name on it and you wouldn't even know it.
That's right. I'm loving what these women are saying. You're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Faison Show. Happy 2026. They're alerting us as to all these scams and rigmarole that's out here trying to defraud the elderly people or people who are less than favorable. Absolutely. So it is, again, I have to say, an honor to have you guys on here. And let me get this out there. It is so much information that we're actually going to do a series. Because I know, Linda, you spoke about long COVID.
Yes.
And they swept that under the table. You people need to hear me. She has long COVID. I don't want to put her on blast. But it is very, very important that this does not go unnoticed, and that you're still dealing with certain things, and that people on the sound of my voice need to hear this. Yes. And that
there's a large population, and they don't know where to get help because they closed all of the local long COVID agencies.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, Linda. So as stated, I'm gonna let you keep moving. Go to the MPP. Okay.
We have what they call the Medicare Payment Program. It's also known as the Medicare Savings Program. These are one and the same because the federal government changes it, but it's really the same funding. What they do is it pays for your Medicare Part B. If you have Medicare A and B, you will have to pay for the B, and most people get the A for free. So certain incomes and resource guidelines are available for a federal program, and it's very popular in the state of Rhode Island. I would suggest that you call 211 or your local senior center to see if you're eligible for this, because this will pick up your Medicare Part B premium, which could be over $200 a month. It also can pay for your co-pays and your premiums on your Medicare insurances like Blue Cross, Aetna, and United Healthcare.
That's huge, the co-pays.
Yes.
Because those co-pays can go up, up, up.
And certain categories on this, there's 3 different categories on the Medicare payment program. The lowest income category, they get their premiums paid for by the state and federal government, and they also get some of the co-pays on their prescriptions cheap, like maybe under $10.
Can't say enough about that.
Not at all.
I'm gonna let you intervene here now with some more things that you had to bring up.
Yes.
I told you we sprinkle it in.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I think Linda can tell you a little bit more about the food stamps than I, but I'd like to focus on the food pantries that are available in this time of high food costs and things like that, or low-income seniors who only get just a smidgen of food stamps, and Linda can talk about that.
Yep.
There are dozens of community food banks. They have websites. They have, there's a food finder also too, if you want to go on your phone or on the internet. We have food pantries in Providence, Cranston, Warwick, Pawtucket, Woonsocket, Newport, and Bristol. You can also contact 211, and surprisingly enough, RIPTA has a food map in case you don't drive or you
Is that right? Can you say that again? RIPTA?
RIPTA has a food map, and it could be on your route. They're probably on most of the main routes, is what
That's
I'm thinking.
huge.
Elmwood Avenue, Broad Street.
Because everybody does not drive.
No.
And that's right, especially
That
elderly
is the
people.
point. Everybody don't drive.
Absolutely. So they.
How much does it cost?
It's free.
It's free.
It's
well, there you go.
absolutely free.
Free.
Yes, exactly. You know,
'Cause we-
sometimes the bus
you know,
drivers
'cause-
might carry them.
Yeah, because we do know ex-military freedom is not free.
No, freedom
Right.
is not free, and
Right.
if you think it is, then
That is so huge.
you're
I
in
didn't know that.
trouble. Yep.
See, I'm getting some education.
well, educate you.
Yeah.
So call your local senior center as well. Many local senior centers do have a food pantry, so to speak.
That is excellent.
But
An example is St.
they're
Martin de
out there.
Porres has a large food pantry, and they
do.
service 800
Yes.
people a month on that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you
They
guys
do.
being challenged with this new administration as far as your funding and
Well,
the
we're
resources?
no longer in the center working there, but what I hear from the populations of St. Vincent de Paul Ministry and St. Martin de Porres, they have the food pantries and they're struggling because people weren't donating a lot during the Christmas season, and their federal grants have been cut substantially.
What would you say to John Q. Public out there under the sound of my voice, who loving where you guys are going with this, paying it forward, giving back? Is there a program to where they can volunteer for St. de Porres?
Oh, all the nonprofits are
Yes.
hurting for volunteers.
All of
I
them.
have people that are looking for volunteers at St. Vincent de Paul Ministry, because she runs right on that. St. Martin de Porres runs on volunteers. Another good one is Meals on Wheels. They could use the
Right.
financial
Okay, the perfect
support,
segue.
and they can
I like
use
the way
the
you did that.
volunteers because they deliver to shut-ins that are people that are homebound and aren't able to go out and get their food at a meal site.
Okay, let me just speak on Meals on Wheels. I don't know how a decent, you're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Faison show. I'm here with Miss Linda Loxley and Miss Ester Price, and they're talking all things that are helping people who are elderly, whether it be fraud, whether it be programs, et cetera, et cetera. And I love what you ladies are doing, and I told you I will definitely have you back because
Thank you.
there's so much information.
Thank you.
And you're coming from a generic, organic place, you know, which is very, very good. So the Meals on Wheels, I understand that they're cutting funding. This is crazy.
Yes.
You got older people who can't get out, who are on a restricted budget, and you're cutting the food like SNAP. How is it that you can do these things?
I worked at two sites, St. Martin de Porres and the Da Vinci Center when I was working at St. Martin de Porres as a case manager. And a lot of my clients said the Meals on Wheels food was the only food they ate all day.
Oh, wow. So if you take that away, they're going to starve.
Yes,
Pretty much.
yes.
And SNAP.
And
you-
SNAP.
we were just talking about SNAP.
SNAP?
And my camera guy here was telling me that, you know, X amount, now he's getting $60 or something, or whatever it was. I mean, this is crazy.
If
Yeah.
that.
And the
He's
SNAP
lucky.
If
benefits.
that, if
He's
that.
lucky.
The
If
clients that I would
60.
do in applications for, the 39-page application would get them only $16 a month.
Right.
What are you going to do with $16?
That's sad. And the guidelines are from 1975, which I always asked on group calls, why can't we raise those guidelines?
Which needs to be revisited.
Yeah, I mean,
they're obsolete.
Yes,
right, and
are.
they can't even buy prepared food, can they?
No.
No.
And
Definitely
now they're
Definitely not.
becoming even more crucial, limited to what they can purchase with it.
See, but then if we got an in with people like Linda, we can get some Robbies, and she you like how I did that?
Yes.
We like
Some
that.
Robbies, you know, yeah, sausage and peppers, or whatever, as it were. But this is cool. But you want to continue to expound?
The Meals on Wheels. What I would really there's two options I want to promote. One is if you're homebound or you're looking for a meal site nearby, I would contact the Meals on Wheels organization at 401-351-6700.
Say it again.
That's 401-351-6700. And I would contact them to have them put you on a waiting list to get your application started for home delivery. And then if you are able to go to a meal site, they can give you your local meal site by your zip code, because they're throughout the state of Rhode Island.
Oh, it's by zip code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can get them the nearest meal site.
Nice.
And the other thing I would want people to do, now if you're a senior and you don't need this, but you want to donate, or if you're a common person or organization that want to donate to a cause that really has an impact, Meals on Wheels is one of those organizations, because they impact the whole state of Rhode Island. They bring home deliveries to people that might be their only meal that day. Yeah. They're cutting the program because financially they are strapped. And this is such a crucial time to keep this program running for these people in a population that's struggling.
I'm just shocked that some of these rich people out here in Rhode Island, philanthropy does not write a big check. You know what I mean? They got it.
They have it.
I don't understand why they won't do it, though. It's shameful, really, isn't it?
It
though?
is. It absolutely is.
It's shameful. Did you want to add something to that?
Yes, I just wanted to add a final thought in that don't forget to the population that we're speaking to, there is health care and financial advocates everywhere in Rhode Island. We're probably one of the better states that have those kinds of resources. Places like The Point, which is 401-462-4444. You can ask for a SHIP person, that's SHIP. It's the Senior Health Insurance Program at 462-0510. And just be mindful that there are income limits for any kind of Medicaid eligibility.
Of course.
There's income limits for food stamps, or, you name it. It doesn't really matter. As a matter of fact, one person, you can't earn over $3,000 a year. I mean, what is $3,000? About that.
Yeah.
Monthly.
That's just like them panhandlers
and
out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Them panhandlers.
Exactly.
That was the story. Guy, 9 to 5 panhandling. 5 o'clock, he gets rid of them duds. He gets in his garage and he pulls out a brand new Mercedes.
Exactly.
So everybody's not dealing in good faith.
No, they're not. So the income limits go per month from $3,521 up to 4 people for $6,771. So you can figure whatever goes on in between. And lastly, let me just say, contact your resources, like The Point, like your senior center, the Rhode Island Department of Human Services, even the Salvation Army. People will give you the Department of Elderly Affairs. Anyone will give you someone who might be able to assist you with Medicare, Medicaid, and other Rhode Island elder information.
Right. Paul, how are we doing on time?
About 11 minutes.
Good. Ladies, I told you again in the green room, I'm going to give each of you about a minute or two to look into camera 3. Linda, I'm going to start with you first and just express what's on your heart, what's happening with you, everything relating to this stuff.
Okay.
There you go.
I've been in the field for 20 years as a case manager in South Providence. I've serviced people from all over the state of Rhode Island. I just want you to be educated to get the services that you need, to get the credentials that you need. You know, there are so many services that people do not know that exist and how to get it. You know, if you do not have a local senior center, call 211 and they can guide you to where your local agency that can assist you to see if you're eligible for these programs and to get the help you need. You don't need to struggle. If you're homebound and you're getting abused, of yourself, neglected, or if you know someone, maybe a neighbor that has experienced self-neglect and abuse, by law we have to report it. And I would say to contact the local police department or the Rhode Island Office of Healthy Aging at 462-0555. A lot of abuse is also happening, and neighbors are seeing neglect of elderly. So we need to, by law, report those incidences also.
Well said. Miss Esther Price, you're up next.
Okay. Thank you for being the audience. I was director of St. Martin de Porres for 20 years, and I worked very closely with Linda Loxley, and we got her done. We gave information.
Get her done.
We brought information. We provided resources. We gave the underserved or underprivileged, or whatever you want to call that, not only seniors, but also the community. We embraced the younger people as well because, of course, they had issues. And once we retired, we decided that why would we take all the information that we have gained, that we have learned, that we have studied for, and progressed on some issues to the grave? So she and I are here trying to give you free information.
That's right.
So that it can help you some point in the future. Now that things are getting more difficult, requirements and resources are becoming more scarce. We know how to get you into places that you may not be aware of, as Linda said. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
Call somebody if you're in distress, please. If it's only 211 or your local senior center. Thank you for your attention, and God bless.
Well, like I said, it does take a village. And you're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Faison Show. I hope you're enjoying this because this is near and dear to my heart. These women, they don't have to do this, but there is a clutch gene that I choose to use that they want to pay it forward. And I do believe that they are their brother's keeper. You know, and I also believe that this will not be the last time that you see them because there's so much information.
Thank you.
It is a plethora of information that we have to make sure we get out to you guys. And guess what? It doesn't cost anything. This is coming from a generic, organic place of love.
Yes.
And it does take a village.
And we hate seeing people suffer.
Well,
Unnecessary.
first and foremost.
Absolutely.
What got you ladies into actually want to do these type of things? Were you always these type people?
Yes.
Yes.
We were good cop, bad cop when we worked for St. Martin
2 years
de Porres.
before I came to St. Martin de Porres,
Exactly.
the Holy Spirit spoke to me in prayer.
Absolutely.
And told me that he wanted me to work for the church. And I went on the interview. I knew the job was there.
Well, see, now you get into a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Let me just do this first. You're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Faison Show. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 2026. I wish you nothing but health, peace, and love. I would just say to you after you made those comments that anything that's ordained from on high, it's going to happen.
And it did.
Yeah.
Anytime I had a problem with my grant, we would both pray on it, and the funding would come because I was on a federal grant.
Absolutely.
And I was given pink slips, and she actually put her job on the line to keep me. Told them if she leaves, I'm leaving.
Ain't that something?
Absolutely.
That's why we're a team.
Ain't that something? That's huge. That's huge. We got a few more minutes, ladies. I'm gonna give you all. We just chopping it up here on the Ernest Faison Show because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
And we're gonna have them back. They're great.
Thank you.
I'm feeling kind of warm and fuzzy inside myself talking to these ladies because I mean, really, it is a good thing when everybody else is out here screwing up.
Well, you'll hear a lot of things in the news about the SNAP programs draining the system. You know, a lot of that is misleading information. When you're working in the field for 20 years and you're doing the applications and seeing the award letters coming through with minimal amount of impact for all the work that the senior had to go through to get it. It's really disheartening.
It can be, for sure.
And then we've seen people come through the food pantries, and you know, we struggled trying to keep our food pantry stocked just to give people food. We'd be in the kitchen throwing a food that we had from Meals on Wheels together for them, just so that that person wasn't leaving hungry. And our theory was always, we have to let that person that came in that door leave in a better place.
That's right.
And there's no need to suffer. Because we do have resources, good resources in Rhode Island. Reach out to someone somewhere, locally or government-wise or whatever, and know that we're blessed to be here, and we appreciate your attention.
Yes.
St. Martin Deportes, these two ladies, that's Esther Price, that's Linda Loxley, and I like what you said, fraud, food pantry, consumer protection, heating assistance, these are huge. That's all encompassing there, especially with the elderly.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, it's wintertime too.
Yes.
You know, so it's
right.
apropos that we have this show happening like it is right now. And like I said, we will do a series whenever it's convenient for the both of you. I just want you to know you have a standing platform here.
Thank you.
Because all of my people on the sound of my voice, cameramen, everybody, they know that I'm all about paying it forward. I've had the Salvation Army. Oh, by the way, I interviewed the executive director of Rhode Island Elderly, the lady.
Oh, Maria.
Yeah, Maria. See what I mean?
Absolutely.
I got some etiquette.
Yes, you do.
I got some education etiquette.
Maria was a representative and also worked with the homeless
What a
group.
jewel she was, man. And with all Rhode Island
and
Elderly,
I'm going to tell you, we've had
me?
a lot of directors over the years, and it was Miss Russo was another good director there.
What a blessing, you know what I mean? I mean, I've done shows from a 90-year-old lady skydiving to the man who did Mad Magazine, the cover, but this type thing is the reason why I'm involved in this, because you are your brother's keeper, and we're all here to help each other.
Yeah.
And when you told me that you were directed and ordained by the Holy Spirit, I mean, you got me right there.
Yeah.
Because what he puts together, let no man put us on.
I didn't understand. It took 2 years to happen.
I know.
That's amazing.
I understood mine at the moment. I walked in the door for the interview and something said, "You got this." I looked around to see what? Who said that?
That's what I mean.
Sure
That's why they say step out on faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is so true. Because if it were like that, then everybody be doing it.
Absolutely.
There's no easy button to this.
No.
For sure.
No.
So we applaud you.
Yes.
Sir.
Well, I'm just wanting to let you know I'm just a squirrel in this world trying to,
Yep, and it's all coming from the passion and the
It really is. You have no idea. I told you, I am happy. And when shout out to our brother Holly also for putting this together. Hollywood, thank you so much for bringing these ladies into the Ernest Faison show, because this is my first show, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and we came in banging, really.
Hey.
You have been watching PEG RITV. We're floating like a butterfly, we're singing like a bee. My name is Ernest Faison. I approve this message, and love each other. Why don't you? It's easy, as opposed to doing the other thing. We're all about the love.
Definitely.
And these women are about the love.
Amen.
And we love you. Until next time, God bless. We out.
Bling, 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 bling. He's a Rastaman, do his thing. You see that bling, 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 bling. Hey, Lolly man. Some people have the golden diamond ring, driving around with spinning rims, walking down the street in fancy things, but you really don't know